right, guys. First video we're gonna be doing is we're gonna watch NoFap benefits timeline. This specifies for No Nut November, but we're gonna go ahead and get into this. Learn about some benefits today, boys. Let's get some knowledge going. Learn something new every day. That's the goal here. That's the goal here at Dano Hub. That's what we're doing. So let's get into it, guys.
Here, when I first started my NoFap journey, I actually documented my experiences in a journal. I had amazing streaks where I not only abstained from porn and masturbation, but ejaculation as well, mainly because I was single. And I recorded all of the benefits I saw whenever they came up. So
before I get deep in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and give my first initial input. I don't know if I'm wrong or not. I think I read somewhere in a study they said that actually having orgasms and masturbating is good for testosterone health in men. Maybe I could be wrong, or it decreased the chance of testicular cancer, I believe is what I saw in the stats of it. But we'll learn something new here. Let's see if
No Nut November is coming around again. I decided to dig up my old journal entries to give you an idea of what benefits I saw throughout this journey. Hopefully, this will motivate and inspire some of you to take on this challenge because it genuinely changed my life, and I know it can do the same for you if you give it a try. This is the NoFap/No Nut November benefit timeline. The first 48 hours, days 1 and 2. Okay, so this was always the toughest period for me. The urges were strong, and there was always a ton of brain fog. I had a hard time thinking clearly, and I found myself stuttering a lot during conversations. This was actually the period of time that I relapsed the most into, especially if I stayed indoors and didn't have any plans for the day. Because there's so much brain fog, I had less self-awareness. So I didn't even notice myself slipping into the state that ultimately caused me to relapse many, many times. It almost felt like I didn't know what I was doing until I had already done it. The only benefits I really saw in the first 48 hours would be an increase in my brain's clarity as the fog slowly started to fade away. My most effective strategy during this time was to physically get out of the house.
I feel like most of this right here, I feel like the release and the way he's describing it. Sorry guys. Notifications over here.
Go to the gym, go see a friend, go do some errands, go do some work or study at the local Starbucks because staying in the house all day usually meant I would relapse again. The next 48 hours, also known as days 3 and 4. The next 2 days, days 3 and 4, came with some pretty noticeable benefits. The most apparent was a significant boost to my levels of self-esteem.
Oh yeah, so this is what I was about to say. I feel like this movement in NoFap, what he's describing and how he's explaining it, mostly seems to be like the clarity coming from not getting the dopamine rush from jerking off. Like, I could be wrong, but if people are watching porn and jerking off all the time, then I imagine the dopamine they're getting from that, their body is craving. So it could be something like an addiction, but maybe that's why he's getting that self-esteem boost coming up on this mark here after 2 days. You know, just kind of some clarity, confidence in himself. It's great to see it.
Really felt bad about what I had done the first 2 days after a relapse. I would have thoughts like, oh, I'm such a failure. Why am I so weak? I'm pathetic. And this wasn't a good thing because whenever I was outside at a social outing, my levels of confidence were pretty much non-existent because of these thoughts. It was so bad that I would come up with excuses to skip out on these events because of all the guilt and shame. But when I reached days 3 and 4, I found that those thoughts became much less common. And this meant that I was a lot more confident in myself. I found myself doing much better during social interactions. I found myself being able to hold longer eye contact. I was more lively. I had more fun. And it seemed like others enjoyed my company more than usual.
So yeah, not to keep pausing through the video because I know we got to get through it, but that kind of goes back to what I just said. It's kind of like a boost in his confidence. He's like realizing that he can't rely on the jerking off for the dopamine rush that he's getting. That's interesting though. I feel like that's kind of like a placebo effect. We keep watching, see how it goes.
Days 5 and 6. It's around this point where my energy levels started to become noticeably higher. It became much easier to jump out of bed and get the day started. I found myself being able to accomplish most of the tasks I had set out to do for the day before the day was over. When I was off the wagon, when I was in periods of relapse, I usually struggled with sticking to all the other good habits that I knew I should have been sticking to, like meditation, reading, and going to the gym. But upon reaching days 5 and 6, I actually wanted to educate myself. I actually wanted to lift heavy things. I actually wanted to improve my mental strength. I actually wanted to get things done. My self-esteem continued to grow at this point as I noticed myself having even less negative thoughts throughout the day, and as I started feeling proud of all the things that I was able to accomplish every day. Day 7. Now, this is a very special day with very, very noticeable benefits. A Chinese study actually found that for some reason, on day 7, from abstaining from any form of ejaculation, our testosterone levels spiked to 145% of their baseline levels. And boy, oh boy, this extra 45% is definitely noticeable. Most people would expect one to feel more hot-headed and aggressive with all that extra testosterone. But honestly, it didn't feel like that. The best way to describe day 7 for me is, in charge. Like the kingpin of a mob. Like you know everything is going to go your way. And that...
Basically, this just sounds like a lot of self-accomplishment. Like he feeling good. If the brain literally, starts rocking out at 145% increased testosterone, shit, maybe we all need to get with the program.
The world
here
is your oyster. I found myself taking more initiative, going out of my way to make plans with others, setting up parties, asking people to come eat with me, and re-sparking conversations with childhood friends that I haven't spoken to in a while. There was a strong sense of calm that enveloped my entire being whenever I got to around day 7 and day 8. One of my journal entries recalls a day where I had to give a 20-minute presentation in front of class all by myself. This was something that usually would have made me very nervous, but that day I felt nothing. I wasn't scared whatsoever. It was just another walk in the park. Days 7 and 8 were also where I started taking more initiative with my dating life. Another journal entry recalls an experience where I was working out at the gym and I spotted a cute girl and I literally could not stop myself from going up to her and chatting her up. It felt wrong to not talk to her. Like I said, it felt like the world is your oyster, like everything was going to go your way. So all the self-doubt that would have usually filled my head in moments like this, they were non-existent. One very important thing to note is that the urges on day 7 and 8 are incredibly erratic. They came in intense waves throughout the day. I always had to get out of the house and spend the majority of the day outside in order to make sure I could make it past those 2 days. And unfortunately, after day 7 and 8, most of these benefits would seemingly disappear overnight. But think of it as a teaser for what truly awaits you if you continue on this journey. 2 weeks in. About 2 weeks in, I started to develop what I like to call social balls of steel. I became extremely confident when it came to social interactions. I found myself holding prolonged eye contact with people. I also found myself saying whatever came to mind. I became more blunt and honest with those around me, not being scared to state how I truly felt about things or how I truly felt about someone. And this actually led to deeper conversations, as people were more willing to share their true feelings and whatever was going on in their mind with me. To top that off, the urge to talk to people in general would increase drastically. I found myself sparking random conversations with almost every single person that was in my vicinity, in the elevator, on the bus, on the train. It didn't matter. If they were next to me for an extended period of time, I was going to start some sort of conversation with them. Now, before I tell you about the amazing benefits I saw around the 1-month mark, I do want to quickly tell you about a free training that I'll be hosting next week, where I'll be sharing with you exactly how I was able to overcome the stuck using the link down in this training a couple of times. The training. Oh man, my favorite thing about making it to the 1-month mark is the crystal clear mental clarity. You don't know what being smooth is like until you reach 1 month. The wit and mental acrobatics that I started being able to pull off during conversations would always come in at around this point in my journey. I've had a lot of students comment on my ability to go on 40-minute monologues without ever having to pause a single time to think about what to say next. That's what I mean by mental acrobatics. I found myself having an instant clever response to just about anything that people threw my way. I found myself being able to flirt with anyone without any hesitation. I found myself being able to have deep conversations with complete strangers in the matter of minutes. I was smooth as butter. But that's not all. It's around the 1 month mark where the benefits that I got a taste of on day 7 came back. My confidence was sky high. I started to believe I could do anything if I put my mind to it. I felt like I was in control of my life and the world around me. My productivity levels also skyrocketed. I was able to knock off all the tasks I knew I had to complete before noon. Essays, reading assignments, and the like were all done way before they were actually due. And unlike after day 7, this time the benefits actually stuck around. 2 months to 3 months. The majority of the most noticeable benefits plateaued at around the 1 month mark. To be honest, I don't think I ever got any more productive or confident past that point. But at around the 2 to 3 month mark, I always started doing a lot better with the ladies without even having to try. I remember going to a house party and I somehow ended up with a girl who...
Well, yeah, he's essentially talking about success with the ladies after the NoFap benefits kicked in for him. A lot of the things he described with his benefits was his confidence boosting. He felt like he could talk all the time. He didn't have as much mental fatigue. He was a lot more mental aware. So all in all, I mean, that would help you with the ladies, yeah. Plus, you got a motive, man. Like you're not getting it from the porn, the any of that, the adult, any of that. Then yeah, you gonna have to get out there and spit some game. I ain't gonna lie, like.
Who was an entire head taller than me. She was so much taller that she had to bend down to kiss me. I felt like a kid being kissed goodbye on my first day of school. And this was definitely weird because girls who are even just a bit taller than me usually never bothered to look my way. But 2 to 3 months in, there I was. There was also another instance where I was invited to a karaoke event with like 10 to 15 other people. And a chick from across the room, the most attractive girl in that entire room, who all the other guys were trying to chat up, she had her friend come up to me and tell me that she wanted to get my number.
Let me get that number. Run me that digits. Damn, that NoFap got girls hitting on him. Man, let me find out all I gotta do is stop jerking off and I gotta start working for it, boy.
Instances might have been caused by the fact that they saw me cracking jokes with everyone around me and the fact that I was having a lot of fun. I don't really know, because in all of these instances and the many others I haven't mentioned, I didn't really have to put in much effort. It almost seemed like they were magnetically attracted to me. It was almost like magic. The most success with girls I've ever had in my life was when I managed to reach the 2 to 3 month mark. And to be completely honest, I'm not really going to talk about the benefits I saw past this point for 2 main reasons. The first is that I didn't really see any more benefits. The confidence, the productivity, the mental acrobatics, the urge to socialize, and the general boost in levels of happiness all pretty much plateaued at this point.
So, but everything plateaus out ultimately, I feel like, because I mean, he's getting to a point of being content with his new ways. He's living without it fine, and he's seeing benefits. So if you're, ultimately, I feel like human nature would tell you that if a man is seeing the benefits of something that he's positively putting work into, then he's going to continue to do it, whether he feels it's plateaued or not, because he's getting the accomplishment out of it. That's kind of what I'm getting out of this. It's like the mental discipline to be able to tell yourself not to do something and not to do it. Yeah, that'll definitely give you a boost in confidence. I like to hear that. Shoot, be something we look into, Famo. Famo going NoFap. Shoot, I mean, the ladies gonna come and give me their number, and I ain't gotta give them.
But don't take this the wrong way. This was more than enough. Life was good. Actually, no. Life was amazing whenever I got this far. The second reason is that I've only ever managed to venture past 3 months without any form of ejaculation once in my entire life. Because I always managed to get a girlfriend before the 3 month mark was over.
Wait. If you see this video, wait, do NoFap is NoFap absolutely no orgasm or with a woman? Like you just can't jerk off, but you can get your nut from a woman. Let me know in the comments, because I definitely was thinking that this movement lets you have sex with women.
So I can't really tell you too much about the benefits of no nut after that. Plus, the one time I went past 3 months, it honestly just felt the same for me.
Like, I thought the whole goal of this was to, you know, stop watching the adult videos compared to just stop masturbating. But I mean, I guess the description of 145% testosterone boost is pretty crazy. It's pretty wild.
But I will say one thing. If I relapsed at any point in time throughout this entire journey, I would lose practically all of the benefits overnight and have to start from day one all over again.
Bro.
And by relapse, I mean watching porn, masturbating, and ejaculating like that. Wet dreams and sex did not reset the benefits for me. It took me more than 3 years of trial and error to finally shake this addiction. If you want to learn more about the exact strategy I used to overcome it once and for all, make sure you sign up for my email list using the link down below so you can get
free training. Shout out this video, man. NoFap. Nah, that was a good video. I like that. Honestly, I feel like he pointed out some good things. I feel like a lot of them were a lot of general statements being given about, you know, NoFap. I feel like we need to find a better video, or if somebody can link a better video to go to about it. But it definitely has its benefits. But like I said, I feel like those most beginning benefits of the first like week he was describing are mostly placebos for men. I mean, of course, like people are gonna feel better about themselves accomplishing things and setting their mind to a task and completing it, rather they, you know, it's something little or big. To me, it's a big deal to get on here and stream every day now that I've devoted and dedicated myself and told myself as a man I'm gonna do it. So I feel like as a man, when we come across things like this and it's an accomplishment, it gives you that confidence. That is that confidence boost a lot of men need, honestly. So I definitely can see the movement being positive and something definitely look more into. Everybody needs to boost their testosterone. Everybody out here, dang, so scared of everything, just stuck on the internet. And man, it's good. Stop touching your wee. Looking at women who won't give you a chance. I kind of agree with that. That is one thing I agree with the adult content, is like there's so much adult content out there that just dumbs down the men that we have. Like a lot of this stuff we're watching on the internet isn't even like realistic. Like these women body are bought. They're not respected. Like that's my opinion. My opinion is men need to be mentally strong. We got to be strong. We got to stick together. We got to keep the community of men close together and tight to where we all working hard, getting right. I definitely feel that.